March what? March 6th, 2026, and it's approximately 10:33 a.m. on that eastern side. Now y'all know we done flipped the poles, but it might be western. But then again, y'all know I don't know. But I know one thing. On that birth certificate or the certificate of live birth, they named us. And when they named us, they put our names in all caps. Yes, they did. So that means they were standing on business when they named us. So I'm D'Amica. It's time for hashtag Lost Souls Tarot cards. And we finna stand on business and open up some portals and reveal some truths, okay? So let me go ahead and get everything situated. Grand Rising, good evening, good afternoon to whomever, wherever you are. Welcome to the frequency. Welcome to the energy. Welcome to the channel, okay? So we're going to do a general read here, all right? We're just going to pull on some tarot. We're going to pull on the oracle deck. And then we're also going to pull on and see if we'll work with the buzzed here. Maybe we'll pull on some buzz, depending on what's being pulled out here. Shout out to Poetry for Neanderthal there, okay? And then also, we got Clue, Rivals Edition. But hopefully we don't have to pull any of these out. We just want a general collective read here. So let's get ready to get into it. Thank you to the 500 and plus subscribers. 1,000, here we come. And thank you to all that continue to join in. Despite all the technical difficulties that we having around these type of streets with the YouTube algorithm there, it doesn't matter. The messages will always come out and the messages will always be clear. Whether you're here for entertainment purposes, educational purposes, spiritual purposes, whatever your purpose is for being summoned to this channel, welcome to the frequency, welcome to the channel. And let's get into it and see what's in the energy, overall energy for the divine collective here. Okay, or just overall, what's in the energy here. Whether you're divine or not, y'all know I pull on energy there. And it was so ironic that I'm at the Wawa, of course. And that truck that you see in the image there, shout out to Solar Energy World there. That truck that you saw there, I'm like, it's just a reminder that we are all energy, right? That's surviving off of that solar system out there. All right, so for some. Yeah, thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Let's go ahead and get into this message here. I do want to show y'all my setup real quick before we get into the full message here. So, as you can see, I'm starting to get comfortable. So now I got my little crystals out here. Okay. And I just got my little setup going here. Yep, I got my little setup. So I'm starting to get comfortable in my space here. And a lot of people like, well, why are you on the floor? Because that's where we are. We already got the candle lit and we already got the incense going. All right. So now let's get into this general collective read that we finna do out here. But thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. And thank you to all who tap in. And thank you to those who is fucking with the channel. You make it easier for us to find you. Yes, you do. YouTube, it should be easy by now. It's a whole gang of them. Mm-hmm. All right, so thank you, Divine, thank you, Spirit. General collective read here. Mm-hmm. Ashe. Don't know if I knocked already, but we gonna knock again. Yes, we are. We gonna knock every time. Uh-huh. All right, so 13 portals will pull out here. Hopefully you all are having an amazing journey. Whatever your journey is at this time, embrace it, right? Embrace it. This is the first cycle of the Mercury retrograde here, so embrace it. So the Seven of Wands is coming out first here for portal number 1. And that's just saying that for some energies, you need to go through this struggle to maintain the position, or you feel like you need to go through this struggle to maintain a position. So be ready to prove yourself here, okay? Because there are others that are trying to compete with you with the same desire and results as you, okay? So that's going to cause challenges from outside sources, excuse me. But remain dedicated with a clear purpose here, okay? So protect your finances, set boundaries, face those challenges, all right? Defend your position and hold your ground no matter what. Seven of Wands coming out strong for the portal, first portal. Second portal here. We got the Six of Swords coming out here. So the Six of Swords is like, yeah, for the most part, a lot of you all are journeying from troubled water to calmer shores. So whatever happened, right? Whatever went on, You're transitioning, you're letting go, you're moving on, and it's also a mental transition here. You're leaving the difficulties behind you, okay? So now the Fool is coming reversed in this energy here for portal number 3 here, okay? So what that is saying is, for some, you've conceived a new project, but you're not ready to birth it into the world yet, right? You may be acting recklessly or holding back, but it's very risky. You're taking risk at this time. It's like a fear of the unknown here, and it's disregarding consequences, okay? For portal number 4, the King of Cups is coming out here, okay? So the King of Cups is saying that you're embodying stability in emotional matters, emotional mastery, wisdom, compassion, diplomacy. This is not gender, okay? This is just energy, all right? The Knight of Wands is going to fall under the Six of Swords here. So remember, you're journeying from troubled water to calmer shores. There's a mental transition here, okay? You're filled with creative energy and a strong desire for adventure and new experiences, but avoid that burnout, all right, beloved? You may have an energetic passion and you're very adventurous. Chase your emotions, chase your dreams, ground your emotions, right? In order to chase your dreams here. And with enthusiasm and a fearless spirit, channel your fiery spirit into productive action here, okay? So that's 5 portals. We need 8 more. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. We need 8 more. So that's 5. We need 8 more. Welcome to the channel. Oh, all of them just came out. So we'll take this whole pile. All this just flew out. So I'm just going to start with the top here. I got the 5 of Cups coming reversed here. Right? Welcome to the channel, y'all. Y'all know I read the comments at the end here. But the 5 of Cups is, remember, you... some of you conceived a new project, right? You may have conceived a new project, but you wasn't ready to birth it into the world yet. You may have realized that I'm acting a little bit reckless here, or a lot reckless. So you was holding back, but that was risky, right? And you was disregarding a lot of consequences. So now with the 5 of Cups coming reverse, you're starting to look at the positive side here, okay? You're accepting, you're moving on, you're finding peace, and you're beginning to recover from whatever grief that was there. You're learning from the negative experience here, okay? Hey, welcome to the channel, everybody. Y'all know I read them comments at the end. So now we got the 3 of Swords coming out here, which is falling under... You needed to go through that struggle to maintain a position here. And because you did, you got to a stage where you're at emotional mastery here, wisdom, compassion, right? But then here comes the 3 of Swords here, and it's like painful truths may have caused why you had to go through that position, or you need to be aware of heartbreak, right? Sorrow, deep emotional wounds, and you'll be able to process through, but you have to go through this sorrow here, whatever's getting ready to happen or have happened here. So the King of Wands is coming reversed here, and it's falling under your journeying from troubled waters to calmer shore, right? You're at a mental transition, and you're filled with creative energy and strong desire for adventure. Now, for some, it's a possibility that you're leading to unrealistic expectations here, okay? There's a loss of vision here, okay? So that's for some. You were to channel your fiery spirit into productive action. And some of you did, right? Because you kept moving forward, you kept finding peace. But then here comes this King of Wands reverse behavior, which is very controlling in behavior. So this could be an energy trying to intercede here, which is what I'm feeling. Some are moving on. They're letting go. They've dealt with the difficulties and whatever's happening, and then you got this broken promises energy ass with the inability to listen to others here. Very impulsive, trying to pull on you here, okay? The World is coming reverse for that energy here. And that's with the 2222 at the top there. This is a divine message. Yes, it is. So whoever is this, in the King of Wands reverse energy, whomever this is, male, female, woman, or man, right? The one that's very impulsive, controlling here. They have the inability to listen to others. Now they at a delay. It's an incompletion due to their shortcuts. Yeah, they're unable to complete a cycle. Yeah, they were seeking shortcuts to complete it too. Doing goddamn spell work, rituals, taking dirty office and shit. Dirty office, where you go. Dirty office done ran the fuck off. Here it is. And the dirty office was placed behind me. right? So they tried to place the dirty offers and all that business that they had behind them, but no. Because dirty offers are usually sitting up here, but for some reason I placed it behind me here. You understand? So now they feeling incomplete. They unable to complete that motherfucking cycle as should, right? That deal that they had, that job that was favored, it was a favor that was tainted by dishonesty. It was corrupt. It was an immoral gain. Filthy. Yeah. Yes, it was. So now the Seven of Pentacles is coming out here, and that's your ninth portal, by the way. The world coming reverse, the unable to complete the cycle, that's the ninth portal. Yes, motherfuckers. So now the Seven of Pentacles is coming out here, okay? So the Seven of Pentacles is talking about how you remember you knew you had to get through that struggle, right? You had to defend your position and hold your ground no matter what. You would set them boundaries, you faced the challenges, you protected your finances to the point where you embodied emotional mastery, right? Compassion, right? But then here come that heartbreak and that grief, that sorrow, the painful truths. And then with the Seven of Pentacles, it's talking about now it's time to harvest here. You didn't sit in that grief. You didn't sit in that sorrow. Results are here. It's growth here. I just slapped myself here. So give yourself a clap here, right? You shocked your damn self. You slapped yourself, right? You didn't sit in it there. Your hard work and discipline is paying off. You're ready to invest in finances, love, and health here. Take the slow and steady. You knew that if you stayed slow and steady, you was going to win the race here. You didn't take them goddamn shortcuts like these other energies out here. Yeah, shout out. You are not confined to seeing results in the short term. You have long-term visions. I know that's right. Now I know that's right. Motherfucker said I'm going in hermit mode. Fuck that shit. For overall, a lot of energies are going into hermit mode here, right? They realize that the seeker of knowledge, it comes from within here, right? So you can seem like a lonely wanderer in the path of the night. Where's my babies at? Hashtag lost souls here, okay? Yeah, it's time to declutter, and you're already doing that. That's why you're in hermit mode. You're searching for what can be gained with long periods of solitude. You're reflecting, right? You're like a mentor, and you don't even know it, or maybe you do, right? You're disconnecting yourself from the crowds as they are threats to your own desires here. Ow, my fucking gosh, I know that's right. You're able to walk through the dark night of the soul, guided by low light of the northern star here. I know that's fucking right. God damn, y'all killing this right now. Oh, what unaliving it right now, that fact. So now the Ten of Cups is coming reversed here, right? Right? And this is falling under this is falling under the column here that those that weren't ready to conceive a new project, right? They was ready to conceive a new project, but they wasn't ready to birth it in the world. They was reckless. They was risk-taking here. They was disregarding their consequences, right? Then they tried to look at the positive side. They was accepting. They was moving on. They was finding peace, right? They was beginning to recover from the grief, learning from the negative experiences, right? Then all of a sudden here comes a delay here because of their reckless, impulsive, controlling behavior for some. Right there at incomplete. They was taking shortcuts. They was seeking the shortcuts to complete here. Unable to complete those fucking cycles here. Okay? So now the bonds between family, communities, is broken and twisted. It's the domestic peace and comfort is unrealistic. It's not real. Instead of connection, there's a distance here. Like fake. You know how you be in the picture and you guys smile, but you really don't want to ass? That's what these relationships is feeling like here. Meddling relatives, hostile workplaces, arguments with families, isolation at work, and this is over money, short flings. It's time to learn to treat one another with respect here. Instead of connection, there's a distance. And then for the 13th portal here is the Ace of Wands here. Can y'all see that? It's the Ace of Wands for the 13th portal, which will be our final message here. And in the end, for the most part, General Collective, you're bravely finding your own thoughts. And this is the beginning of this. I love this, right? So it could be flirtation and romance with self, right? Learning how to love yourself, flirt with yourself. Divine Spirit will guide you in that shit, or maybe it is a little thing you flirting around with, or whatever, or a new investment, a new project, a new creation, whatever it is, you flirting with that motherfucker, and you in love with it right now. You like, oh shit. Okay, so it's a passion that you have here. It's a creative spark. It's the end of financial struggles. It's time to create a space to develop your own vision here, and you know that in this energy here. You have the willpower and creativity in a common sense here. It's like, go for it. Take that chance and leap. You dig what I'm saying? And I fucks with that. That's the final message as far as tarot. So in the beginning, right? Let me flip the camera. Figure out where I'm gonna put you here. Let me flip the camera so y'all can have your own point of view. And y'all know I read the comments at the end, and y'all know I love y'all. Alright, so boop, look at the setup. Boop, boop, boop. Y'all can tell I'm getting comfortable. Look at my little crystals and shit. Went to the storage and got my crystals and shit. But anyway, here's 13 portals here. Okay, here's the 13th one, the 18, the ace ones. I got her over there. All right, but here's the 12 that we're looking at right now, plus the 13th over there. And you know how they always try to push the 13th sign, the 13th message, Ophiuchus. They always try to push it off to the side there. I just recognize that everything is a symbolization here. But anyway, the first portal here was your 7 of Wands, and this is the columns. 1, column 2, column 3, and then the final message is going to come from the Ace of Wands, because of course we're going to pull on the Oracle deck to broaden the message here. And if you're new to the channel, of course my tarot cards is handmade with the power invested in me and with messages divine and spirit told me to write on them. No shade to anyone else. So in the beginning, here's column 1 talking about you need to get through the struggle, right? You had to get through the struggle to the point where you set them boundaries, you faced those challenges, right? You became an emotional mastery, wisdom, compassion, diplomacy, right? Then a heartbreak even came, grief, sorrow. Motherfucker, you ain't sitting them painful truths too long. Shout out to you. You ready to harvest your rewards. You get results, growth, progress, perseverance here. Your hard work and discipline is paying off. This is column 1, okay? For column 2, right? For some energies, you're journeying from troubled waters to calmer shores. It was a mental transition. You're letting go. You're moving on there, right? With an energetic passion, right? You're very adventurous. You feel with creative energy, right? A strong desire for adventure and new experiences, right? You've channeled your fiery spirit into productive action. Then here come this stank ass motherfucking energy here, male or female, woman or fucking man. This fucking compulsive ass, impulsive ass, controlling ass, behaving ass motherfucker with broken promises trying to come up and intercede in your life here. You understand with me? They had a need for self-direction, but they trying to harvest on your energy here. They have the inability to listen to others. You understand? Unrealistic expectations here, okay? So here you go. You like, fuck that. I'm taking myself through the dark night of the soul, right? Divine Spirit told me to go in hermit mode, right? That I know that in hermit mode, the seeker of knowledge comes from within. I know that it's time to declutter. I'm going to disconnect myself from the crowds as they are threats to my own desires here, right? I'm going to walk through the dark night of the soul, guided by low light of the northern star, right? That's this column. And don't forget, this is all still one storyline within itself here. But our column 3 here is talking about, all right, some energies was trying to conceive a new project, but divine and spirit was like, you're not ready to birth it into the world yet. You out here acting reckless and shit. All right, you risk taking and shit. You holding back at that. You disregarding my fucking consequences, right? And then he was like, let me look at the positive side of things, divine and spirit. I'm a move on. I'm a find peace. I'm a begin to recover from the grief. Greece. I don't know why I said that, but that could be relevant, right? I want to learn from the negative experience, right? And you lied. Divine Spirit said, fuck that. You took shortcuts, right? You were seeking the shortcuts to complete. There's a delay. Now you want to feel incomplete. Motherfucker, your world is reversed. You're unable to complete your cycles, right? Not only that, the bonds between you, your family, and community are broken because you're twisted, right? There's meddling relatives, a hostile workplace, and arguments with families over money. You isolated at work because of a short fling. You wanted to take them goddamn shortcuts here. There you go. The short fling there, right? Instead of connection, there's a distance. You must learn to treat one another with respect, right? And in the end, the Ace of Wands came out. Excuse me, the Ace of Wands came out in the end, right? Fuck that. For most of us, in the end, we're bravely finding our own thoughts, right? We got a passion at what we fucking doing, a drive, right? To the point where it seems like flirtation and romance. And we just in love with ourselves for most of us. But yeah, we could be flirting. Some of us could be flirting out there and shit. Or people could be flirting with us and shit. Because they absolutely see this creative spark. They know it's the end of financial struggles. They telling you, go for it, take that chance and leap. But some of us trying to take our time out here because we're creating a space to develop our own vision. We have the willpower and creativity and a common sense. Right? So now we're going to broaden the messages and just fuck around with the Oracle deck and see what the Oracle deck, how the Oracle deck going to broaden the message here. And I used to say subscribe, but I would be cautious to a lot of y'all energies out here because I don't do nothing but I'm a bridge, right? Medium oracle. I call myself the Golden Enchantress. They named me D'Amica. It's on my birth certificate and shit. The one that I have, Gregorian calendar. But I don't know. Whatever thought you have of me is your thought. It's your perception. That means that it's your problem or it's your gift, right? So be cautious of if you want to subscribe or not to me. Shout out to those who have subscribed. 1,000, here we come and beyond. But what I'm telling you is I've seen the numbers go down too. I ain't really here for numbers no more, man. It be a fluctuating balance with me. I don't give a fuck about the numbers. I know I'm reaching out. This is a channel. You dig? I know who the fuck I'm reaching out to. So yeah, just be cautious out there. And most of my shit be about those that took dirty offers and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm revealing shit like that. The shit that we aware of, but on an energetic level, it's deeper than we thought we were aware of. All right? Okay. So if anybody think I'm doing shit to be personally affecting you, remember, that's your thought. That's your feeling. That's your fucking problem. It's not mine. Shay. All right. So Oracle deck, bring that ass here. Let's broaden this message. Because I channel's energy here, and even though they fuck with the channel and they only show me a little bits and pieces of what I need to see or what they want to see or what they think is affecting me, I don't give a fuck. I read energy. I channel's energy. You could be sitting right there with your mama, your daddy, your grandmama. They could be in a goddamn grave in that goddamn churn. I don't give a damn where they at. I channel's energy. Period. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. What kind of messages are we going to get for column 1 here? Right? Y'all remember column 1 now, right? All right. Ashe. So we figured out that we had to be ready to prove ourselves, right? That we wanted to go through the struggle to maintain our position, right? What is this? What's all this here? Right? It was challenges from outside sources, as usual. What's all this? But we had emotional mastery here. We even dealt with heartbreak, grief, sorrow, painful truths. Something about the abduction was successful. That's a painful truth. Maybe someone found out that they was abducted here. Maybe they believed that their family members was really their family members type situation, and it's not. And they still progressing forward here. I know that's the fuck right. They planning, right? They realize that fuck that. My hard work and discipline is going to pay off here. Intentionally stepping into another's shoes and taking their life here. Destiny swap. So the abduction was successful. I feel like this abduction here with the destiny swap was to steal your energy there. They intentionally stepped into another shoes to take their life. Well, I hope they don't try to step in my motherfucking shoes ever again, because they don't like the spirits that they interact with. They don't know how I interact with them like I do. So now your blockages are removed here because I told you that. Yeah. You fasted, you prayed, you meditated, you did your spiritual cleansings, energy cleansing, you repent, you release. This is a spiritual and energy cleanse right here. Just this transmission right here. You dig? But on top of that, outside of whatever you do on this channel here, you, Divine Collective here, you understand source. I love it. Experiments that violated civilian psychics here. You know how they like to call us civilians and shit. They always want to classify us by a goddamn race, a goddamn gender, goddamn whatever, right? So the experiments violated civilian psychics here, meaning that psychics were violated here. Yeah, it is. They abducted psychics. And they were successful. And they intentionally did that shit too. Oh, look at this shit. Look who came out. Look who came out to tell. Look who came out to tell. The ones who had their source of power is not light. They are cosmic mistakes. Rulers of their worlds. Very relentless here. Systems around us maintained by lesser beings pretending to be gods here. Prison made of comfort. Routine and pleasure. 12 thrones. Gatekeepers of illusion. Gnostic systems. Peleona, Aeon, Sophia, Demiurge, fell, created the material realm. Them. Your archons here. Yeah. Yes, they did. Because they knew that you're a supernatural being. Look what fell out, y'all. Look at what came out here. Look at that. Forces, beings, or events that transcend the natural physical world and its laws, beyond the visible, divinity, magic, the soul, beyond human comprehension here, telekinesis, right? Miracle, angels, spirits, paranormal, extrasensory perception, occult, knowledge, divine and spiritual connection, spiritual abilities, tarot, oracles, mediums. Okay. Supernatural beings. But don't forget that the rat comes first in the cycle. Woo-wee! God damn, what a message. What a fucking message. I told y'all, be cautious if you want to subscribe now. And then you want to have a hissy fit and shit and getting hidden. They like to hit that dislike button and then they try to report you and shit. YouTube picking up on that algorithm too. So it's starting to backfire on y'all too. Because you're falsely reporting those. That's just expressing what they love to do. And we're creative with our shit. You got those motherfuckers that just keep repeating the same, or not repeating the same message. You gotta know what frequency you on and what you're hearing. But they keep doing the same content is what I mean to keep saying. Thank you, Divine, thank you, Spirit. Let's move on to column 2 here. Right, we got column 2. We're at 2836 here on that timer. So for some, you're journeying, you're moving from troubled water to calmer shores. It's a mental transition. You're moving on, you're letting go, you're letting the difficulties, you're leaving that shit behind, right? You feel with a creative spark and energy, and then here come this goddamn energy vampire with impulsive decisions, controlling behavior. They got the inability to see or listen to others here, right? Broken promises, the need for self-direction at that. So that pushed you into, what's this? We'll take this. What's this? It wanted to come out. It pushed you into hermit mode, right? You in hermit mode. Yeah, you're disconnected from the crowds, everything. And you put yourself there. You walking through the dark night of the soul. And you're being guided by the low light of Northern Star. Yes, I know that's right. Shout out to you. So here go Jesus coming out. Jesus don't give a fuck. Jesus be like, fuck that. I'm telling on y'all. Fuck that. I'm done. So the energy of Jesus, right, is saying they prayed to me and gave me their sins. Destiny swap 101. And that's their Jesus. coming out and tell you know it's several different versions of whatever the consciousness of Christ here. It's several different versions here. So you got Jesus coming out. Sick of that shit. They prayed to me and gave me their sins. Destiny's Top 101. He's snitching. What else? You got the universe is saying breathe in, hold it, hold it, hold it. Let go. Okay? Now, a lot of you have been having hope. It's time to have faith here. Yeah, it's time to have faith in yourself, the universe, divine, spirit, source, whatever you want to call it. Have faith in yourself first here, because hope stands for anticipation, right? Makes you anxious. You're waiting, okay? No, you attract. Yeah, you wait, but you don't be anxious and anticipating. Hope is like a Band-Aid. It's a crutch. All is possible through faith here. It's not useful towards spiritual growth here. Belief in a positive outcome within self or outer sources here, okay? So believe in yourself, believe in it with faith, stand on it with conviction here, okay? Hope, shout out to everybody named Hope. You dig what I'm saying? A beautiful name, you know what I'm saying? But even they know you stand in it in faith. So they can smell you coming, but they can't touch you at all. Some of y'all smell good as fuck. Your energy, they can smell you coming, but they can't touch you at all. Your energy is very pure. Because they are not officially recognized. They never will be. That's why they created this world of illusions here, so that they can be recognized. And boy, oh boy, did they make themselves known. And they get, I don't even call it mad. I don't know what combative, or I don't know what it's called when we figure out shit and we just report our truth. And it's like, oh, they doing dark magic. And how did this day finding out all this information? Bitch, because y'all tell all y'all shit. Loud and proud here. We got the color blue coming out here. The color blue is sending out calmness, right? Reminding us of trust, communication, peace, serenity. The fifth chakra here, okay? What's that, the throat? Because you got the heart is green. So what's that, the throat? Comment below if you know what the fifth chakra is and what blue represent in our chakra system. Although we have over, I don't know how many chakras in our body, but they always itemize it down to those 7 main ones there. So all revealed, it's time to move quietly. So yeah, all is being revealed. So it's time to move quietly in the sense of your 3D world here. This is not a 3D message here. You understand what I'm saying? We loud and proud when we deliver our messages as we are the bridge, I guess. But all is revealed. So move quietly. It's no need to boast yourself. And you see a lot of teachers out there that I used to be like that too, because I just want to teach. I want to show what I know. And nope. You just have to reveal what you know. You have to fucking observe, reveal the shit, and keep it moving, you know, quietly. Especially in that 3D realm. We got Romeo or Juliet coming out talking about to be or not to be ass. Okay? So you moving on or letting go, but you got somebody like to be or not to be ass. Okay? That King of Wands reverse energy. The documentation is not false. It's time to proceed. It's time to proceed and move quietly. Something about the law of contraction is coming out here. Yeah. Okay. You contracted this truth to you. Yes, you did. Good job. It's time to apply new strategies and make positive transformations for all. All right. I know that's right. Move quietly though, because they weaponize spirituality. Okay. These names could be affected or could have affected. These names could be targeted or could be targeting. I'm looking at Smollett, Journey, Jesse, Shanae, Doris, or Journey, like you're going on a journey, okay? Come on, vamonos. Everybody, let's go. Come on, let's get to it. I know that we can do it. Where the Ace of Wands go there? Hold on, y'all. All right, so we're moving on to column 3. Here it is. The Ace of Wands wanted to disappear here. No, you the final message. We're moving on to column 3 here. Column 3 talking about those that was trying to conceive a new project, but divine spirit was like, you ain't ready to birth that into the world yet. You acting reckless, right? You holding back. It's the fear of the unknown. You taking risk and you disregarding our consequences here, right? Then you was like, I'm going to look at the positive side. I'm going to move on. I'm beginning to recover from my grief, divine and spirit. I learned from the negative experience. And then divine and spirit figured out your ass was lying. You was taking shortcuts, right? You were seeking shortcuts to complete, and now you're unable to complete a cycle, right? It's a delay. And now the bonds between your family communities are broken or twisted. You got meddling relatives, a hostile workplace, arguments with family over money, isolation at work, all over this fucking short fling here, right? The shortcut that you try to take dirty offer. There's always a shortcut with the dirty offer here, all right? Domestic peace and comfort is unrealistic at this time. So instead of connection here, there's distance. It's time to learn to treat one another with respect here. So thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. Give me column 3. Ashe. Motherfucker, I could finally do a plank, y'all. Sacral wound was so fucked up. My sacral area, man, was so attacked, on top of me not respecting my body like I should. But on top of that, when you being attacked, they attack the sacral area first, right? So it was so heavily attacked that the physical therapist was like, wow, you're active, but the way it's locked in my pelvic area, my pelvis area. So yeah, I'm saying, oh, okay, that's a lot that came out. We'll take what we see. So I'm looking at a priest came out here. A priest is coming out. Okay. So the priest here can represent faith. It could also represent power of prayer. It could be religious, like a church or a chapel. Anyone involved leading an organized belief system. Let me think on this. Yeah. Oh, I really feel like there is really a shady type of authoritative figure, like a priest involved here with this column, with this column 3 here. What are you saying? I don't like when y'all do that. Say it. And I know it's like decoding, and I gotta hear bits and pieces, but it's like, come on now, don't whisper it that low. Sexual repression is here. Church type building. Anyone involved leading an organized belief system. Last rites. A need for morality, chastity, and abstinence. Okay. And of course, I talk to the spirits that I'll be interacting with. Duh. So a priest is coming out first. Something about preparation for independence and freedom. So I'm telling you, they worked with somebody, whether it was a priest or a spiritualist, to do some goddamn work here. Yes. Yeah, thank you, divine spirit. What happened is, okay, maybe they try to take them goddamn shortcuts. Here come the dirty offers. They worked with a goddamn priest or a fake ass oracle, a fake ass tarot reader, or something like that, and they paid for some goddamn dirty ass work. I'll tell you that, to prepare for independence and freedom. But they wasn't trying to do the work for themselves here. They was acting reckless. But they have to remember that my aunt has the final say so here. Balance here. Okay, justice here. Justice here. So what's that? Air sign, what? Leo, Libra. What the fuck, Leo? I'm a July one, Aurora. We got small seal unit of 15 to 20 subjects. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So this motherfucker here is not only energy harvesting. See, you got to understand, this got a lot to do with them underground tunnels and underground military bunker systems and shit like that. A small seal unit of 15 to 20 subjects. Yeah. So the subjects that they have there, they send up their harvesting their energy and their gifts and shit like that too. Working with this goddamn priest here. That's supposed to be of faith and power and prayer. You know, nothing against the religious systems and all. Well, yeah, everything against the religious systems. But to those that are really truly blinded as to what's going on, and they may be trapped within that system. And I see a lot of pastors and preachers out there, imams and things like that, that's still trying to decode and teach y'all the best way that they can without hurting their families too much, because they probably didn't realize what they got themselves into. But once you reach a certain mastery, you have to know certain things. So that's why I be like, no, man, a lot of them pastors and them preachers and shit, and whatever it is, the religious leaders, y'all know what the fuck contract y'all signed into. And you need to tell the people the truth. It is what it is. But it's like, back to this though. It's definitely a priest involved here. We got the names coming out here. I'm looking at Roland Lawrence Morgan, right? Darius Walter Bernard, okay? Could be affected. Could be working with a priest here. What the hell does that mean? Abaloa. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Say it right. I don't know how to say it. What is that? It sounds very like foreign. What did you just try to say? Oh man. Tiger is out here. Yeah, the eye of the tiger is on y'all ass. The tiger is coming out with a message here for this column here. And it's saying that don't hide from your shadows. Face them. You're very unpredictable. And it's anger that's coming your way. Aggression is near. It's time for you to pay attention. I give you willpower and courage with personal strength to face these shadows head on. This is deep, y'all. I'm telling you. This right here is deep. Make me want to go deeper. For column 3, I'm going to pull on Buzz, Clue, and Poetry for Neanderthal here. We got homeless. God damn. We got homeless here. Homeless is coming out here. No home or residence, natural disaster, relationship breakdown, disownment due to your sexuality or gender identity, and you living on the streets. God damn. Recognizing the warning sign. Now the divine collective is able to recognize the warning signs of red flags. And so are you. Whatever's going on in this situation, you were able to recognize the warning signs and the red flags, and you kept doing it. You right? God damn. And now you're unable to complete a cycle. It's like you're stuck. Woo wee. Because you was fearing old age. Yeah, old energy ass, vampire ass, stink ass motherfucker. All them blood transfusions. That's what that shit is about. Look at this shit. Y'all coming out. Jupiter. The second one. What the fuck? Lordship. First heaven. Yahweh. Mastery cult. God damn. I told you. I'm gonna let the God. Yeah, at an altar, a temple, or a church. God damn. Tell the spirit to get the fuck out of your home. No negotiating. Somebody got spirits and shadows in their home. But see, you can't even tell them to get out, especially if you the one that took the dirty offers or you offered the dirty offers. Now, for some that are, because I experience a lot of spirits and energies that come in and out too. And I deal with them a different way here. But for some of you, you have to literally talk to them with authority. You ain't got to say, well, I say, get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? When I'm done with them and they acting all reckless and shit and too much going on in here with the reckless stuff, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. But you could, however you say it, stand on it. Ain't no please it. I need you, Jesus. I need you, God. Muhammad. I need you, Allah. Whatever you do, I don't give a fuck. Krishna, Buddha, whoever the fuck, you can't go to them. Period, point blank. That's what why the demons get mad, especially when you say in the name of Jesus, in the blood of Jesus and all that. Yes, that's a very powerful name here, but that's also another idolatry. You know what I'm saying? Stand in your own power, in your own conviction. That motherfucker will strongly disappear. I promise you that. So some of you may be experiencing lucid dreams, REM sleep, rapid eye movement there, okay? So remember, we're also in the first cycle of Mercury retrograde. So we are going to have very vivid dreams or vivid nightmares here. So lucid dreams. That's with the brain activity. It's the bridge gap between conscious and unconscious. Awakened spirituality. You're conscious within the dream here, okay? You're conscious within the dream. So we're sending out the ruby. All right? The ruby is going to top it off here. Do I got a ruby out here? Anyway. I don't think I got a ruby. I don't got a ruby. But we got a ruby here, all types of love here, right? Hexagonal, it amplifies. Or maybe they was working with a ruby and doing some goddamn love magic and shit. But it amplifies, okay? It express it with expressing love, compassion, divine love, trust, red, root, heart, opening the heart, connection to spiritual, okay? I love it. Cause divine and spirit always going, even though you gotta go, you going through the dark night of soul, goddamn. And if you ain't got a soul, you know exactly where the fuck your ass is going. Period, point blank. Tamika don't gotta say too much more. So we got the Ace of Wands here coming out. Remember, overall, in the end, motherfucker, for the overall general collective energy, you're bravely finding your own thoughts, right? You're creating a space to develop your own vision. You have the willpower and creativity and a common sense, and you're using it. You're going for it. You're taking that chance. You leaping, motherfucker. Fuck the frog. We leaping. Okay. It's the end of financial struggles. It's a creative spark. You know what I'm saying? Passion at work, and you're flirting with what you like with these projects. It's romance. It could be with other people. You know what I'm saying? Entities, but for the most part, I really feel like you're in love with yourself again. For the divine collective and just the general collective energy in general. Overall, you're either already bravely finding your own thoughts in the end, or you need to in the end, right? You're already creating your own space to develop your own vision, or you need to, right? Or it's recommended. Ain't no you need to. It's your own choice. So I ain't trying to push nothing on nobody. You make your own choices. Shit. All right, so thank you, divine, thank you, spirit. What's the overall messages that we want to leave out here with? And I'll read over the comments. We're at 46. Yeah, I'll read over the comments. Then we're going to pray. And then we're going to cut the cords to this, close out the portals, and come back on for another one in a little bit and shit. Okay, so thank you, divine, thank you, spirit. What was that? Hold on. My ears is ringing, y'all. I missed it. Damn. I missed that message. All right. Overall message. God damn, I missed that message. I shake. And no, I ain't got shit in my ears. I mean, except for my new earrings. Y'all see the ox symbol and the elephant? I ain't got nothing in my ears. I never do. You know what I'm saying? I like to be surprised too. Shit. Ain't no motherfucker gonna put no script in my motherfucking ear and fuck up the frequency and connection I got with divine and spirit. You got me fucked up. What's that? Come here. Bring that ass here. All right. So these names came out. Final messages. I'm looking at Tressa, Gail, Muffin, Lonnie, Jamal, Dante. That's a lineup. Something about Costa Rica. All right. So Costa Rica. Bring that ass here. Costa Rica. We're going to pull on Costa Rica later. And see what's going on in Costa Rica. You dig what I'm saying? Oh shit. Clip the wings off the motherfucking flying monkeys. All right. So the flying monkeys gonna come fluttering their ass around. They act on behalf of a narcissist or abuser to manipulate, spy on, or control a targeted person. They spread lies and they gossip. They part of smear campaigns. They be gaslighting and manipulating. They enable the abuse. All right, pressure. It does the wicked witch's bidding, and they info gather. They gather information. Kevin Williamson. That's very Kevin Williamson, or Williamson, or Kevin, or KW. You know what I'm saying? Everything you want to decode without going overboard in your mind here. It's time to allow spiritual growth for some. And for most of you all, you're allowing the spiritual growth. And that's why you're bravely finding your own thoughts. You like, fuck that. I've been in hermit mode. Either you waiting on your chariot, or you done took a chariot, got off, and went back in hermit mode, and another chariot coming. But for the most part, for the general collective out here that I've been tapping into, it's not about the dirty offers. You may have been affected by the dirty offers here. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell when it's the ones that's coming in. I don't know, but the Six of Pentacles is here, coming reversed. It's supposed to be with tarot, But here it is. There's a power imbalance here. That's why it's time to allow that spiritual growth. Realize that you don't have the power. You're a trickster. One-sided giving. You're selfish. You have a selfish use of resources, and it's like strings attached with your, and it's charity with conditions here. Yeah. Uh, this is coming from Virginia here. Janet Kelly. So we are committed to building a long-term care system that is transparent, accountable, and worthy of the trust Virginia families place in it. You have to be cautious with their wordings. They're absolutely pulling on the trust accounts of the Virginia families, of the families within Virginia. Hmm. Yes, they are. Shout out to Janet Kelly for making that statement, though. That's why I say they make it so easy. They make it so they always bragging and shit. And they always have these goddamn conferences and meetings and shit. I go in every one of them bitches with a notebook and pen. I ask my little questions and shit. I used to kind of be combative. They called it combative, but I was just telling the truth. Okay, but now I just fucking take notes. And I turn it into a portal. And then I reveal it my way. So now they try and do shit like that, have revenge. Okay, but revenge is very low vibration, negative force there. It's rooted in anger and the desire to control outcomes, right? It's like you take your own sense of justice, okay? It contradicts core principles of love, forgiveness, and trust in divine justice here, okay? Love your enemies, okay? Leave vengeance to the divine and spirit in order to rise above those who have wronged you. Focus on healing and inner power. Spiritual idolatry will not go. Okay, submit to divine justice. That's what the portals say. Mm-hmm. And then for the last one here, as above, so below. I'm looking at Highway 14 after Palmdale. And that's from a mysterious, mystical, unknown cosmic being that has taken 3D form and they out there working y'all ass. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Talk about hijacking bodies and shit. They so low vibrational, we can fucking get it. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Take over their fucking body, find out your whole goddamn system. And before you know it, kaboom. Not like a bomb or nothing, but you know. Shit just happens. All right, so let's read over these comments. Let's get a prayer out. It's still cloudy and kind of rainy where I'm at, a little muggy. So let's see. We had a lot about anger that came out. Shout out to Crystals for Beginners. Karen Frazier here. Let's see. Let's get a mantra out for anger. Okay, here we go. All right. I control my anger through calm and positive self-expressions here, okay? So you could use a malachite or red or black jasper, or you could create an anger release grid, okay? And you can go to if you ain't got this, you can go to the library, Karen Frazier, Crystals for Beginners, and it got a lot of little prescriptions in here that I love. If you into crystals and stuff and you want to clear your energy, I love it. So I felt like anger was rooted, so we went off anger. Where's our prayers? We on the blue deck here. We finished the pink deck. Let's get one prayer on out. We're gonna go in the middle. We're just gonna go right in the middle. I'm going to tell you the scripture and where you can find it inside your Bible if you want to read it. Because you know I'm going to decode it and make up my own words. Duh. So this is coming from Romans chapter 8, verse 28. We know that in all things, divine spirit works for the good of those who love them, who have been called according to their purpose. So in essence, we know that in all things, it says God, but you work for the good of those who love you. right? But in order to do that, you must love yourself, right? So you work for the good of those who love you, who have been called according to your purpose here, okay? Yeah. But Romans chapter 8, verse 28, y'all can read that. And here it is right here, too. I'll let you read it for yourself. Uh-huh. All right, let me read over the comments. And let's pray afterwards. What up, y'all? Y'all know I love y'all. What's up? So, woo, that's what's up. We got Garfield Phillips, right? We got Garfield Phillips out here said hi. What up? What up? Darlene Whitworth said hi. What up? Love and Light, yo, welcome back, said hi. All right, y'all. Let us pray. And don't forget, later we're going to do Costa Rica. And we'll tap into community helpers. And we're going to pull out Old Maid just to have a little bit of fun their way. And we'll also pull on Buzzed, Poetry for Neanderthal, and that Clue, Rivals Edition. So Transmission Part 2 is absolutely going to be community helpers. We're going to pull on Costa Rica. And don't forget, every night at 9 p.m. Eastern, it will be a video that's going to premiere on my channel. So just in case you forget, it's always at 9 p.m. Eastern. All right, so let us pray. We rebuke all spells, rituals, and castings that are not of the highest frequencies of source love consciousness that may have been projected my way on all timelines, on all planes, and on all dimensions, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly. Anything and everything that we are all connected to, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and ethereally, they are all protected. All is transmuted into whatever the fuck was sent to us. And then it's sent back to its source because we are already sovereign and because we are already free. Any agreements and contracts that we may have agreed to while we were being on lower paradigms of existence of consciousness, they are already cut. They are already ended on all timelines, planes, and dimensions, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly, collective. I am sovereign. You are sovereign. Together, we are sovereign, collective. It is done because we've already won. It is done because we've already won. It is done because we've already won. And so it is. All right, y'all. Much peace, much light, much love, but especially that motherfucking darkness, because y'all already know dark matters. And if you haven't already done so, then tell yourself that you love your motherfucking self. But you already know I'm going to top it off and tell you that I love you. I genuinely love you. So, much peace, much light, much love, but especially that motherfucking darkness. And until next time, keep the peace in. Don't let the peace out. All right, y'all. Peace in. Bye, y'all. Look at my earrings. Look at my hair.